Verse 15. Now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and the kimmer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
So, at this point, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they have been accused of not bowing down to the golden image. Once the music started playing, they've been taken to the king. The king is giving them one final warning. Listen, he hot, he in a fury. He giving one final warning, man. If y'all do not bow down when this music get played, I'm throwing you in the furnace. And then then also note that the king has all the other rulers and counselors and advisors in front of him. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to embarrass the king in front of his advisory. Keep going on.
Who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
And then he's making a mockery of the Most High. Who's that God that's going to deliver you from out of my hands from this furnace? Keep going.
Answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this manner. But if it be so,
he said, I ain't careful to answer you. I'm telling you, I'm finna tell you exactly who's going to do it. I ain't finna be careful about it. I ain't finna, you know what I'm saying, watch my tongue. I'm finna tell you exactly what it is. Tell you exactly what it's gonna be. Keep going on.
If it be so.
And that's full faith, man. You know how much faith it takes. You know what I'm saying? And then they don't went through it. Understand that they not only did they get their name stripped, their customs stripped, they're also eunuchs.
Yeah.
They're also eunuchs. Babylon has cut them off once you get into the king's
palace.
King's palace, huh? Keep going on.
If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace.
The Most High is going to deliver us from the body. The God of Israel is going to deliver us from your furnace. Keep going.
And he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. But if not, be it known, O thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods.
We not serving your gods.
Nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
Nor are we bowing down to that golden image. Nor are we bowing down to your American flag. We ain't doing it. Keep going.
Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his vision was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it wont to be heated.
He said, you going to heat that furnace 17 times. I don't even know if that's 17 or this. He said, heat the furnace up 17 times more than it actually heated up. And then his what changed? He said his consciousness changed or his face changed?
Yeah, his vision, his fury in the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach.
It changed because he did look up to those. He did look up to the Jews for their knowledge. I think earlier in Daniel was known to have like more knowledge than all the Babylonians, all the Egyptians, you know what I'm saying, that whole nine. So they kind of looked up to them. But at this point his vision changed. He said, heat that furnace up 17 times. I want it so hot that they cook their skin, boil off sooner before they even get to the dough. Keep going on.
And he commended the most mighty men that were in the army.
He said, I want the most mighty. Get the most mighty men to do what?
To bend Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them in the burning.
He said, I want them to bind them. I want them to tie them up. Get the mightiest men and tie them up. Because he still feared, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to make sure that their God could not get them out. That the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem, could not get them out. He wanted to make sure, get the mightiest men, make them ropes tight. Keep going on.
Then these men were bound in their coats and their hustle and their hats and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, the furnace exceeding high, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished.
Stop right there. Now, the mighty men that took Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that took them to the furnace before they could even get them all the way in there, they done burnt up and died. They done died. So then Meshach and Abednego, they fall down into the furnace, and then Nebuchadnezzar look down in there and see, how these jokers still walking around down there in the furnace. Now there's 3 things that you can get from this, right? 3 things about going into the furnace. The same ones who conspired against who conspired against you, burned up, taking them down to the furnace. So a lot of the people that envy you, a lot of the people that put you through certain things, you know what I'm saying? A lot of those people would get burned up in that furnace trying to put you in there. Trying to get, you know what I'm saying, trying to make you lose your job. You ever had somebody snitching on you and then they get fired? They trying to tell them something you did, and then they don't even know how much dirt they have on them. They end up getting fired. You know what I'm saying? The same ones who conspired against you end up getting burned up. You know what I'm saying? So those mighty ones, those who conspired against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they end up burning up before they could even get them into the furnace. Secondly, bond and tie before entering the furnace. A lot of us get tied down with the world, tied down with finances, tied down in relationships, tied up, bind up, dealing with these worldly issues. Once you enter the furnace, though, once Meshach and Shadrach and Abednego entered the furnace, they were walking freely. They were free from those afflictions. They were free from that world. They were free from them binds. And that's what this is a story of also, is just jumping into that furnace and walking freely. And you know what I'm saying? Freeing yourself. That fire can free you from those tribulations, man. From those iniquities, from those worries of the world. You can get free from that, jumping into that fire. But you can't be scared of that fire. You gotta be able to jump into it. Who want that smoke? 3. Yahweh will use you and your testimony of faith to exhibit his power. Once you come out of that furnace unscathed. Once a joker done messed around and got you fired, and then you mess around and found a better job. And you come back to the job. And once they see, oh man, dang, you done came back, how you? He said, yeah, well, you know, y'all fired me, but they end up promoting me down the road. You get me? Yeah, they paid a little more, and you know what I'm saying, all praise. You know what I'm saying, you come back to thinking of it like, you know, I appreciate everything, man. It ended up being the blessing, man. You know what I'm saying? Going through the furnace, man. Not bowing. And I'm gonna tell you, I'll give you another example, man. Sometimes just saying, nah, I ain't working Shabbat, I'm out. That's a leap. That's a leap of faith. That's a major leap to jump into the furnace like that. But then you mess around and get a job that respects it, or that job respects it. That happened to me where I jumped out of there, I quit. And something else made me quit. But then when they called me back, I'm like, nah, I can't come back. I ain't coming back because, you know what I'm saying, my father say I have to be off on Shabbat. I have to be off. And he said, well, why? Why you ain't been telling me that? And I was prepared to jump in the furnace. I didn't know if I could pay my bills on the 1G gig that I had. I'm sure I could, but I was going to have to make a lot of cutbacks. You know what I'm saying? I was going to have to make a lot of cutbacks. Or I had to go ahead and find another job. You know what I'm saying? It was some anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with that. But it's going to be some anxiety getting into the furnace, but it builds up your faith, man. Then you'll be ready to leap, jump in that thing no matter what. You'll tell people how it is. What he said, how they said it. He said, how they say, they told the king. How he told the king when he was telling him, like, I'm going to tell you straight up. Oh, not careful. Yeah, you ain't gonna be in there careful telling your boss that. Man, listen, bro, I ain't working Saturday. Out. You know what I'm saying? Not careful. Go ahead to the next slide. I'll give you one more example and then we're gonna be out. Serpents in the fire. Sometimes when you get close enough to the fire, that's when the serpent's gonna come. Because they know that's when your breakthrough's gonna happen. You see what I'm saying? The serpent's gonna come when you get close to the fire. You're getting close to the fire, when you're getting close to your breakthrough, you're getting close to the next dimension, you're getting close to coming out of the matrix, the serpents are going to come out the fire. Give me Acts 28.
The book of Acts, chapter 28 and verse 1.
Well, let me set this up. Paul is on the ship, he's a prisoner, trying to be took back to Caesar, and the ship don't make it there. Ship ain't going to make it there. Paul did get a confirmation that nobody on the ship would die. He told the soldiers and the prisoners that. The prisoners kind of respected Paul. They respected what he did. They respected his God. But, you know, they still worked for, you know what I'm saying, for Caesar. You know what I'm saying? But the ship ended up crashing. Paul and them grabbed some boards up. Instead of the prisoners killing them, they said, go ahead and let them go because of, you know what I'm saying, because of the respect they had for Yahweh and Paul. They said, go ahead and let them go. Just grab you some sink. You ain't got to kill them. Grab you some planks. They grabbed some planks. They made it to this island. Go ahead.
But Acts chapter 28, verse 1. And when they were escaped, then they knew the island was called Meladine.
Okay, go ahead.
That's close. And now the barbarous people showed us no little kindness.
So the barbarians on this island, they showed plenty kindness to those who escaped the wreckage. Keep going.
For they kindled a fire and received and received us every one because of the present rain and because of the cold. And when Paul had gathered in the bundle of sticks and laid them on the fire.
See, now Paul just came out of some tribulation. Just came out of shipwreck. Just made it to an island. You're trying to get some rest, trying to catch a breath. You're trying to, it's still raining. You're still gonna catch you some sticks up and try to get as comfortable as possible and keep going.
And Paul gathered a bundle of sticks and laid them on the fire. Then came a viper out of the heat and fastened on his hand.
And a viper comes out of the fire and bites him on the hand. He can't even get rid. He just got out of shipwreck, and now, as soon as he get close to that fire, a viper comes out and bites him on the hand. But it don't just bite him. What it do?
And fastened on his hand.
It fastened on his hand. So it's like stuck on there. So sometimes you'll have snakes right about your breakthrough, right about your time you about to jump into that furnace, you about to come out that snakes will jump on you and fasten on to you. And try to hold on to you and poison your movement and kill your faith. And have you mourning and groping, you know what I'm saying, and complaining about your sickness and about your trials and your, you know what I'm saying, acting like you going through something. They said temptation is common among men. You won't suffer more than he can put on you. So those snakes will be latched on to you right before you about to get that breakthrough, man. Right before you about to get into that furnace, those snakes will be latched on, trying to make sure you don't get to that fire. Keep going now.
And when Paul had gathered a bundle of sticks and laid them on the fire, then came a viper out of the heat and fastened on his hand. And when the barbarians saw the venomous beast hanging on his hand,
they seen the beast hanging. They seen that viper hanging on his hand. Come on.
They said among themselves, no doubt this man is a murderer, whom thou he has escaped the sea. Yet vengeance suffered not to live.
So the barbarians whispering to themselves like, man, he got what he deserved. He must have been a murderer or something. Ain't no way. No snake. He just survived a shipwreck. Just made it here on planks of wood. You know what I'm saying? We done showed him all this kind of thing. And then as soon as he get on land and try to dry off a little bit, he get bit by a viper. Ain't nobody got that much bad luck. He must have did something. He facing judgment.
And he shook off the beast in the fire and felt no harm. Howbeit, they looked when he should have swollen.
Overstand this too. Paul didn't say nothing to him. Paul didn't address it. He didn't try to explain to him then. He shook the snake off and kept it moving. Shook the snake off, kept it moving. Because the snake, as we finna see, is going to be his testament. Keep going now.
He shook off the beast in the fire and felt no harm. Howbeit, they looked when he should have swollen.
And that's as powerful, man, to shake off these snakes and feel no harm. And still be able to do what you need to do. Keep going.
Howbeit, they looked when he had swollen or fallen down dead suddenly, but after they have looked a great while and saw no harm come to him, they changed their minds and said he was a god.
And see, they changed their mind. After a while, after you shake them serpents off, after a while, and they see no harm has been done, and they see that you still building, they see that you still doing the work, they see that you really couldn't play that. they will change their minds.
Right.
They will change their minds and say, nah, they are of the Most High. They are of the Most High. Those brothers are doing the work. He is a servant of God. Once you shake the serpent, you got to be a testament. It got to be a testament to you. So when you get into those situations where you can do that, when you should be grateful. You should be grateful for those situations, because those allow you to go into that furnace and allow you to be that testimony to show people, to change people's minds. Keep going on.
And the same quarters were possessions of the chief man of the island, whose name was Populus, who received us and lodged us 3 days courteously. And it came to pass, the father of Ponolus lay sick of fever of a bloody flux, whom Paul entered in and prayed and laid hands on him and healed him.
Come on, so those same people eventually they'll come back and have to get healed. They have to get hands laid on them. They have to get prayed for. Because the righteous, the prayers of the righteous avail much. Right? Keep going now.
And when this was done, others also which had diseases in the land came and were healed, who also honored us with many honors. And when we departed, they laid in us with such things which were necessary.
And when Paul left, those people gave him all the things needed for him to go on and continue on with his mission. Go to the next slide. I think that's it. Oh, through the 5. This will be the last slide. Give me Zechariah 13:8. Who want that smoke, man? Paul wasn't scared of that smoke. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego definitely wasn't scared of that smoke. They told Nebuchadnezzar, listen, I'm not gonna be careful when I tell you this now. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Straight up. Go ahead and bring that out.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 13, and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
It said 2 parts going to be cut off and die. Come on.
But the third shall be left therein, and I will bring the third part through the fire.
You see, the third going to be left therein. A lot of people are like, man, I want to be that third. Well, if you want to be that third, you got to understand that you're going to be going through that fire. Keep going.
And refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. And they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. And I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my God.
Go ahead to Isaiah 42. 43, Shalaki.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 43, and verse 1. But now, thus said the Lord, that created me, O Jacob, he hath formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee.
When you pass through the waters, I will be with thee. Come on.
And through the rivers, thou shalt not overflow thee. And when thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned.
And when thou walkest through the fire, that goes back to Daniel.
Neither shall the flame kindle upon thee.
Neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. So you'll be able to deal with all those afflictions, all those infirmities. You'll be able to glory in those infirmities. Right? You'll be able to glory in them. Matter of fact, give me Romans 5 also. Give me Romans 5 and 1 through 5.
The book of Romans chapter 5 verse 1. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with...
Being what?
Justified by faith.
See, that's what I'm saying. It is going to build up your faith. And you're going to be justified by faith. You're going to be justified by your willingness to go into the fire. Keep going.
We have peace with God.
And that's what's going to get you the peace. Once you realize you have strength that you can do all things through Yahweh Shai, once you realize that, once you come the closest to believing that, that's what's going to get you peace. Keep going.
Through God, through our Lord Jesus Christ. For whom also we have assessed by faith, and His grace therein we stand, and rejoice in the hope of the glory of God. And not only so, but we glorify in tribulations also.
We glorify in what?
Tribulations also.
You got to glorify in tribulations also. Come on.
Knowing that tribulation worketh patience.
Tribulations worketh what?
Patience.
Patience. Tribulation worketh patience. Come on.
And patience. experience, and experience hope.
And patience worketh experience, and experience worketh hope. Like it's gonna be a chain reaction, but it's a process. It's steps. Good man's steps must be ordered by the Lord. It's steps. It's a process to this thing. It's a refinery. It's a manufacturing company. He manufacturing them battle axes. Keep going.
And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of God is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Ghost, which is given unto us.
Which is given unto us. Get that Psalm 34:7. This is the angels encamping about us. Just about that angel, that fourth person, we ain't really get into it, but that first person being, you know what I'm saying, if you spiritually being Yahweh, and him camping up about us and protecting us during those infirmities, and us going through those furnaces.
The book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 7, the angel of the Lord encampeth around them, about them that fear God, that fear him, and delivereth them. Oh, taste and see the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him.
Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. And with that, we're going to say Shalom.
Shalom.
Wow.